But right now I'm currently going over the PDU outputs, the power distribution units from AEM. So we did some wiring changes and some changes to this firmware. So the outputs are different for the PDUs. So what I'm doing is verifying the outputs and the pinouts on the wiring for the Thunderbird are correct and match up to what we want to do, making sure the function is exactly what we want it to be at a certain time of the vehicle, whether it be in wake or ignition or driving. Going up over here, we have two power distribution units, 1 and 4. That's how we identify one of the PDUs. But as you can see here, you have options for channels 1 through 8. You have control for whether this channel activates, whether it be when the system is in ignition, or if you wanted to activate the driving cooling fan when it reaches a certain temperature. So for like cooling fan control, go condition, fans, there we go. Here you have different tables so that you can set your temperature limit for when you want that output to actually activate. So as you can see here, PDU4 channel 8 option, battery cooling fan, that'll be the output that's connected to this table right here. So it can be activated when battery temp is at 30 degrees Celsius or 25, 30. Full on control with AEM system. So I did all the changes on the desk. I mean, options are nothing crazy where I have to actually be connected to the computer. So once I'm happy with the file, I load it up on the computer and then start flashing it onto the VCU. So when it does that, it just applies all the different changes I made to outputs, everything like that. Right now you heard the vacuum pump turn on. I swapped that from an ignition turn on to peripheral power on the output. So the fact that it actually turned on right now with the key and wake means that the actual output and the pinout is correct. The reason we're doing all of this was water pump turn on for like the auxiliary components for like DC-DC, the motor, all that stuff, meaning like the drive system. But now I got fluid moving, so that means that's working too. And then you can see a little mess, how to undo the wires and transfer some over to the other PDUs. Cool thing about this is you can identify them as 1, 2, 3, or 4. And depending on which PDU ID it is or unit ID, the output channels will have different options or functions depending on the identity of the PDU.